What's up, fellas? Got another video for y'all. On this cut, we're just gonna do a nice and easy high fade. Try to keep some of the bulk on top and try to make it a good shape. So we go right in. Start off with my two open, just debulking a little bit. Not going too high on here because you do want to keep some of that bulk on the sides. So you're not going to the top of the vertical bar. You go a little bit lower. As you can see, it does not. You don't want it to look like a super high top or anything like that. And you see, I'm lowering it in the back. You don't want to go make it look straight up. He showed me a picture of a high mid fade without the curve. So I'm basically just following that and trying to create that to the best of my ability. So I debulk and go lower in the back, not making a high top. And after I'm debulked, I just go in with my trimmer underneath. I will go straight on just because the trimmer wasn't debulked enough. But you want to make this line nice and neat. I kind of do a little curve. I don't know if you can tell. I do a little curve. Kind of go up a little and then down, back behind the occipital bone. Take your time on this and make that guideline neat per usual. Get that bulk from underneath. And, just take your time and just really make sure that line is neat. That's all I really care about on this part. After that's done, I grab my JRLs and I go in and set my first guideline open. I'm going to get a 1/2 inch on here. Big emphasis on 1/2 inch. Like I said in my last video, if you're not getting 1/2 inch and you're going smaller on those fade lines, it will not look like a nice transitional fade. So make sure you're getting that 1/2 inch, scooping out. It makes it a little bit easier to set that guideline when doing it. I would move a little bit slower than I'm moving on here just because I am advanced with cutting hair now and it's kind of easier for me. But if you're just now starting off, just set that first guideline nice and simple, slow. Take your time, make sure it's even. And as you guys know, I use the close to open method, so I go right in, close, knocking at that first line, and then I'll go open, or I'll go halfway, and then I'll go open once I'm at the top. Pay attention to the detail on here. Really get at that first line. Shouldn't be that hard to take out. And make sure you're open when you're going to that second guideline up there. You don't want to be closed. You don't want to be halfway. You want to be open when you're at the top. And now this is that knocked out, fully knocked out. As you see, it looks good. And I go right in with my one open, scooping out. You don't see me digging just because there's bulk up there and we don't want to dig into that. So I'm scooping out, being real gentle, keeping it open. And flicking out, not digging in. As you can see, it kind of looks like it's blended in just to the top of the hair. That is because I'm scooping out and not digging in. Now I grab my two. I just want to blend it in. I started off just wanting to blend it in a little bit more to the hair. So I grab my two open and I come down on the hair with the grain. As you can see, I'm not digging in too much. I'm just going with the side of the head. I don't know if you can tell. I will show you on an angle, but this kind of takes some of that bulk out and blends it into the sides pretty easier while keeping it a round shape. You don't want to go high on the head when you're doing this. Really start at the side of the hair and just come down on it. As you can see, be nice and gentle. Take your time on this. This is definitely a learning process, so you'll learn every time you try this. Next, we just go in, take that second guideline out with my 0.5. I go in close open method always. When using the 0.5 and on this type of hair, you want to be very detailed and careful because you don't want to push that fade any higher or into that bulk. So I go close, halfway, and open. Let y'all just watch and see and watch how I get down with it. Just take my time, being real detailed, not pushing the fade up or anything. So now I have the fade all faded out. That line is gone, and now I'm just detail work. Going at any dark spots or blots I might see. I'm going at it on the angle with the corner of the guard. Taking my time. And now here I point out a little more. I could have just left this alone, but I like to go the extra mile and get the detail work in. So I grab my 1.5 open. And I just go at that line a little bit and blend that more in. Coming down on like this really blends it in and makes it really look good. Just separates yourself from an average barber to a good barber. Just take your time on this, be real detailed. Don't go high on that fade. Just try to hit the middle part. As you can see, it blends out real easy. This is a 1.5. Sometimes you will have to close a little bit. Choose your barber eye and go from there. And then I do some more detail work here. The fade is pretty much done. I just go in after my work is done, detail the fade up. You know, always put some extra work in. That's gonna set you apart from any other barbers. Detail work going back on your work, but that fade is looking pretty solid. Now I just go on my shaver. Always bald it out a little bit, unless they say don't. Balding out makes it, but any cut, taper, anything pop. Don't go too high because it will set another guideline. So take your time and be detailed on this. Now I just take my comb it down, making sure everything is laying down in the right positioning, and that fade is pretty solid, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now that's that line up on there, enhancements, man, sponge on top, man. It's the finished product, man. That fade is crisp. Hopefully this helped y'all. Link to Discord in the bio. Let me know what y'all think.